Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today I'm going to be showing you the basics of Video Star and the basic components to doing transitions and all the stuff you need to know when starting, and then at the end I'm going to show you a few basic transitions and walk you through them so you can try it yourself. Before we get started though, I'm just going to say a quick disclaimer. I am using Video Star paid. Some of the things you do not, in this video, you do not have to have Video Star paid to do. You can do it for free. There's really one thing you need paid for just for this video, which you can do without. But I will let you know what that is and always tell you when I'm not using paid in this video. So yes, let us get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is importing your audio and, just creating your video so you can start putting your clips in. So first what you want to do is you're going to want to go to the plus sign up here, and here are the video formats. You just click to choose whichever one you want. There's square and landscape, and then I don't really use these two a lot because they're not like, they're just kind of different. I think I mostly, if I do, I use this one. And then this is really TikTok style, so if you're making like a video for TikTok, then you would probably want to click that one. But I'm just going to do this landscape option right here because that's just what size my pictures I'm going to use are. So that's just what I'm using, but you can use any of them. So now we're going to hit edit video and we are going to import our audio. So here is where you can play to hear your audio and stuff like that, and you press set start and set end wherever you want your audio to start and end. Mine's already cut, but I'll show you what it looks like just so you can see. So you just set it wherever you want it to start and wherever you want it to end, but obviously mine I already cut. So yeah. Once you are done with that, you're just going to hit make video, and that should bring you up to this timeline. So now what you're going to want to do, it really just depends. You can either you click edit, you click multi-split scene, and then you can set it to however many times you want, your clip to split and stuff like that, if you have like an audio where you're going to have more than 2 pictures and stuff. But since I'm just going to have 2 pictures, I'm going to find where I want mine to split. I'm just going to have it split right here on my timeline, and you can, move it around and stuff like that. It's not going to be perfect, but, this is not an actual edit, so it doesn't really matter. Then you just want to click quick split scene and press split. Okay, so now you have your 2 different audio clips. And now you are going to go to new, import photo or import video, depending on, what you're putting in. But I'm putting photo, so you just find your photo and then you resize it to the size you want. And so let's say you just tap and you can, drag and stuff like that. You can also use these buttons for more, precise kind of moving around and stuff. But once you're done with that, you just press import. Your video should be there. So there's your video. And then you just want to do the same on the other part of the clip too. The other part of the audio, put in another clip. The same way, you just press import, and then you should have both of your clips. Okay, I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of just like this whole panel on this like screen, so you just know where to find everything. Over here's the audio. You can add voiceovers if you have it in your clip scene and stuff like that. You can fade in the audio, you can fade out the audio, and then obviously modify pitch, self-explanatory. Here is where you can take, wherever you see this little camera button on the side, you can take a picture. It'll save it to your camera roll of, the screen, whatever it is. You can also do this in multi-layer and other things too, which I'll show you later. But yeah. And then over here, if you were to use the select audio feature instead of just importing the video, that's what you would add, how you would add your clips. But right now we're not worrying about that. Once you have more projects here, if you want to change it or go back, you just select whatever one. Most of the things over here are pretty self-explanatory. Merge scenes puts them together, but I think besides that, I already went over everything else. Then here is where we're gonna want to go. These are all self-explanatory. I don't use motion and mix a lot. Velocity speeds things up and slows things down. Re-effect is a bunch of like different effects and stuff you can add. Transform, you can have like time splice on here, but I mostly use it for custom colorings. What we're going to want to click on though is multi-layer, and it should bring you up to this screen. So this is where you're going to work the most, especially if you have the paid version. So if you have the paid version, or like, the multi-layer pack, you can add as many layers as you want, but we're not going to do that right now. We are just going to add our first clip. You just press the one and then you add the clip, just like I did, and it should be there. If you have a video, it should be a video, but I'm just using a picture. So what we're going to do first is I'm just going to explain basic basic keyframes to you, and then I will do a transition. So if you ever want to edit the keyframes, you just click on the layer it's on. You can add a mask if that's something you want to do. There's a bunch of different shapes and stuff. You can do, diamonds with it. Colorings if you would want to, a lot of times green screens and stuff like that, and erase, pretty self-explanatory also. This is really helpful to know. If you ever want to mask a person, you just go to this little plus sign right here. You go here and you press mask person. See, and mask, oh, I accidentally erased, but it masks both of them. And yeah, so that is that. I actually did not want that to happen. There we go. Now I'm going to show you a couple basic transitions. We are going to do zoom in transition, zoom out transition. I'm going to teach you how to do a rotation. I'm going to teach you how to do a slide. So right now we are going to do a zoom in transition, and these are all very, very easy transitions that a lot of people use all the time. So you're gonna need to know them. So basically what you want to do is you want to go to the very end of your clip and zoom in all the way. It doesn't have to be all the way, but I think that looks the best. So by the way you zoom in and out is you have this little size bar at the bottom here, and you just want to drag it all the way up, so then like that. But we're not done yet. Now we want to import a graph. Basically a graph tells it how fast and slow you want to go. So since we're doing a beginning transition, we want it to go from slow to fast. There is a lot of pre-made transitions, like pre-made graphs in here, but I prefer to use custom graphs, and I'll just show you how to do that right now. It's really simple. Basically you just add these points, and you can follow my graph. You just add these points and adjust them to how you want it to look. So if you're doing a beginning of a transition, you're going to want it to be curving this way, like that, because you want it to go slow to fast. And you can watch it and make sure you like it. I'm happy with that one. So give you a minute to copy this graph if you want it. And if you make a graph you really like, and you want to save it so you don't have to remake it again, you can just press this button right here, and then if you press share, it should save it to your library, so you can always import it again. And to do that, you just click on it and press import, and you can import your graph. Simple like that. And that's what it should look like. So now we want to press back And if you have the Cinema Pro pack, you can put in a blur. And blurs make it much more smoother, so I recommend getting that if you're able to. So you just want to put on tracking blur, and that basically blurs whenever it moves, and it makes it super smooth. And you can also, you know, adjust it if you don't want to have that much blur. You don't want to have too much blur on it because then it looks glitchy and choppy. We just want a little blur on it, so I'm just going to put it really just depends on what you like. And once you're done with that, you're going to press create. And that's the first clip done. Now we want to move on to the second one. It's not showing mine. And we're going to go back into multi-layer. Going to select our clip, edit keyframes again. This time we are going to go here. You can mark it just by, you're going to click this right here. That's how you mark it, and if you want to unmark it, just hit the X. Usually what I do, because I find it easier, is I put it at 99, then put it at 100. Doesn't matter either way, as long as you make a mark here and it stays at 100, because this is where you want your transition to end. So you just want to leave it like that, but you want to make sure that it ends there and doesn't just stay the same, because if we did not have it there, and let's say we did this, it wouldn't move at all. So we just want it to be at 100 and have a little mark there. Okay, so now what we want to do is, this should be at 100 because you're not me and you're not stupid. But you want to pull it back, like zoom it out a little bit. I'll make this white so it's easier to see, sorry. It might be easier to take this graph off. I'm sorry I didn't do that earlier. You know, so you can put it back as much as you want. Some people do 50. I usually do it at 70. I think that's good enough. So it would zoom in like this. So now what we want to do is we want to put in another custom graph, but instead of going this way, this time it's going to go this way. I'll show you in a minute. So this, when you're ending transitions and you want it to go, you want your transition to be fast to slow because it's the end of it. This is the kind of graph you would want to do. I'm just making sure I edit it a little bit. I'd say that's good. So you see how my clip goes, it's really fast at the beginning and then it just stops. That's how we want it to look. You're gonna press the back, and now for this one, since you know, there's stuff around it, since there's like the white stuff around it, where you're going to want to go down here to this button, I'm gonna press mirror, and then we are going to put in the tracking blur if you do have tracking blur again, so it looks better. You press create, and then that's your first transition. It should look something like that. Now I'm going to show you how to do a zoom out transition. It's basically the same thing, just reversed. So now we're going to go back into multi-layer, obviously. We're going to import our clip again. This time all the way at the end, instead of zooming in, we are going to zoom out. You know, you put in the graph that you want. Again, you can just copy mine because, you know, that's what I'm doing. I just want to make sure that this is straight. If it goes off the, off like this graph part, it'll start to bounce. Some people like the bounce, I know, but I don't want it to bounce right now because this is just like a simple version of like the zoom. So I don't really want it to bounce, so I don't want it to hang off of, this part. I'm just adjusting it so, you know, it looks better and smoother. Sorry. See, it starts slow and then goes fast at the end. So now you want to hit back, obviously add the mirror like you did the last time. And then if you're able to, add some tracking blur. Now for the second part of this transition, you want to go to New, Multi-Layer. You want to add again your clip, add a keyframes obviously, and at the end you want to add one of the keyframes, the marker, so you know when it stops. Now we want to zoom in instead of last time we started zoomed out, but this time we're going to start zoomed in, and we are going to add the out graph again, which remember goes this way because we want it to be fast to slow when ending the transition. Like that. Now obviously you want to press back and you want to add blur if you have it. So your transition should look something like this. And that is the zoom out transition. The next one I'm going to show you is the rotation transition. So this one is also super easy. You go to New, Multi-Layer, and obviously you want to import the clip you want, edit keyframes like normally, and once you go to the end, you want to click this button down here. Now you can either do this you can either make this number 25, or you can make it, if you want, you can make it 50, or you can make it 15. I usually do 15 just because that's the one I think looks the best. So basically it's going to look like this before you put the graph in. Now obviously like normal we want to put the graph in, so it's the same graph as the other one when starting a transition. It's just a little slow to fast thing so we can make the transition move. Now my graphs aren't perfect, but they're good enough. See, it's like that. So you want to press back, and of course you want to add a mirror and track it, like I always say, tracking blur if you're able to, and you press create. Now you can go to New, Multi-Layer on your second clip, edit keyframes. You basically want to do the opposite. So last time if you did 15, this time you want to go to the end, obviously add your marker, but at the beginning you want to do negative, or last time, I thought this doesn't do the negative. Okay, anyway, I thought it did. 15 in the other direction. If you did 25, you want to do 25 in the other direction. And then if you did 50, you want to do 50 in that direction. But since I did 15, I'm going to do 15 this time. So I'm going to import my custom graph, and remember how transition, it goes this way, so it goes fast to slow. This is actually, oh god, this is actually a really bad graph, but I can't get it right now, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's supposed to look better than this. There we go, that's a bit better. Anyway, you want to press the back button, and I accidentally clicked this button. I'm not used to editing like this. I usually do, like, you know, hold my phone up, but I can't do it because of YouTube. So now you want to add the tracking blur, however much you have or want, or you can. And that's what it should look like. So if you press create, you can see your transition. That's rotation. Now for our last transition, I'm going to show you how to do a slide. So you want to go to Multi-Layer, obviously, again, edit keyframes. Go to the very end where you want your transition to end, and you're going to just take your finger and move it wherever you want it to go. If you want to go up, go up. If you want to go side, whatever side. I'm just gonna do it to this side because this is the first way I moved. And if you want it more precise, you can, click these buttons to move it. See how mine at the top had a little white. I got rid of that by just clicking these buttons. So it should be like that, and you want to add a path. You want to see where it says path for the thing. That's where, when you're doing a slide or you're moving it, that's what you want to click. You want to do your graph again like normal, this way, because we want it to go from slow to fast. So it looks like that. You want to go back and you want to add your mirror. If it has a little white line, you can just go in and like move it however much you want to, so that it doesn't have the white line anymore. Or you can just change it to black, like your background to black, but I prefer just to get rid of, the outline altogether. You want to add your tracking blur, and you want to edit it a little bit because you don't want it to look too choppy, especially on this one. See, mine still has a little. Now you're going to press create. You're going to go back into multi-layer. You're going to put your other clip in. So now you want to go to the end and mark where you want it to end, but leave it be. And then at the very beginning, you're going to want to move it the opposite of the way you went. So if you went this way, you want to start it down here, and vice versa. Or if you went this way, you're going to want to start it this way. But since we went this way, I'm going to start it over here because it's the opposite of the way I came in. Okay, so you can see it slides, but it looks super slow, so we want to, of course, put in one of the paths, and again, we're going to want it to go up this way because we are doing fast to slow. That one was actually super easy. You see it slides in. You can put in the mirror if you want, and then you put in your tracking blur if you're able to, and edit it as much as you want. This is what it should look like. Okay, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other requests you have, or anything you want me to do or go over, or anything like that, and I'll be sure to try and get to it. And let me know what you thought, or any questions or anything, and I will do my best to reply. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.